All right, what's going on, everybody? It's your boy, Vic LFHOH, and I see we're live out here. Mystic Nights is going down. You hear the music in the background. People are pulling up. It's still early. Listen, man, they say tonight is going to be bananas. Not a space to walk, talk, crawl, or do anything, man. So we out here, man, just got me something to eat. And one of the legends just pulled up, man, from Mystic Nights. Another one of the legends, another one of the greats. What's so beautiful about Mystic Nights is the tradition and the culture and the reservation of history and how it's being passed down from generation to generation. So I got one of my youngsters here. I'm going to let him introduce himself, and we're going to go at it from there. Introduce yourself, OG.
Okay, my name is John Jackson. They call me Sir Jack. I have the Mystic Nights in Hopkinsville, Kentucky, and we've been there since 1973.
1973, you've been there since So when I'm going to ask you the same question I asked Kurt. When you first started this, when you first got into the motorcycle game, did you think you'd be around this long?
No, I never even thought it.
You didn't think you'd be around this long, huh?
I didn't think I'd be here.
Yeah. Well, you're still here. You've watched the culture grow. You've watched it manifest into what it is. How do you feel about the culture today?
Well, a lot of them are okay, and then a lot of them are kind of slipping to the left. But,
yeah.
You know, that's with time. Everybody's going to start to do something different, and I just try to stay the way I am.
Okay.
We deal with the people that are like us, and then I will go to anybody's function, but I'm not going to join in.
So you say you were older than everybody? You say you were older than everybody?
Oh, no, I didn't say I was older than everybody.
Oh, okay. So you started here and then you moved and
no.
Okay.
No.
How did you start?
This was my home, but this club started here, I think in 1965.
Yeah.
And I was in the military.
Okay.
But I had been a junior social club Mystic Night in Miles Heights.
Okay.
Back in the old days. So when I came up here one year in 1970, 72, and I talked with the president then, because we went to school together, and they gave me permission to start a club down there in Kentucky, and we started in 1973.
Okay, so you were in the military. You came down.
Yes.
And then at that point, that's how you ended up finding out about them and joining.
Yes.
Okay. So when you originally joined, what did you join with? What kind of motorcycle did you have when you originally?
I've always ridden a Harley.
Always ridden a Harley? So you came in with a Harley?
Yeah.
Okay, well, back then I must have been kind of, they didn't really like us riding Harleys too much back then. So how did you deal with the folks there?
Well, I never had no trouble with nobody about riding Harley when I started, because when I was young, seeing people riding a Harley Davidson out there in Miles Heights, I thought everybody black rode a Harley Davidson. Because that's all they did. And they had Indians, but, they put on shows out there in Miles Heights. They were all black.
Okay. So you used to see the black rodeo show. What do they call them? The black motorcycle rodeos?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow. You grew up watching that. That's major. We don't have those no more. We probably need to try to bring those back. What do you think?
Going right now, that's not the way they're going, that type of racing that they were doing.
Yeah.
Circling in that barrel that they built.
Uh-huh.
People don't do that much anymore.
Wow.
They don't like the dirt. They want strictly drag racing on the asphalt.
Yeah.
And they don't have many field meets anymore of any type.
Yeah. I
mean, they may have them in areas that I don't know about, but down in the south where I am, there was one club still had field meets. And not many people like to do that.
Okay. So when you watch the transition from when you started to now, how do you feel about that? Do you feel like the generation has taken it and did a good thing with it, or they've taken it and destroyed it?
Well, they just stopped doing what we were doing.
Okay.
Like now, we're here in town, whereas usually if they were putting on a field meet, they'd be out in the field.
Okay.
On Saturday night. And
so they went from being in the country to the city.
Yeah.
They became city boys, huh? They became city boys. So do you embrace the culture now? Do you still love the culture of motorcycling, or?
Yeah, most of it I do.
Yeah.
I drove 600 miles to come up here for this.
Okay. Okay. So
This is my home originally, but
yeah.
when I went in the military and got married, I moved down there in Kentucky.
Okay. So now you're down there in Kentucky now.
Yes.
So did you start a chapter up there when you went up there?
Yes, in
Okay.
1972.
In 72?
Yeah.
Okay. So in 72 you started another chapter up there.
In Hopkinsville, Kentucky, yeah.
Okay. So do you still hang with the chapter up there in Kentucky? You still, or you basically retired and letting them do their thing?
Well, I go. We get together sometime, not as much as we used to. They don't have any field meets. If they had a drag race, depending on who was there, I'd go, but most of the time I don't. I go to bike shows.
Yeah.
Any club putting on a bike show down there, if I know about it, I'm going to go.
Yeah.
But some of them have changed from that. They just like to get together. And, I don't know how long that's going to last. But they're doing pretty good right now.
Yeah. How do you feel about being an OG on the set? Do you embrace that title, or you still feel like you know?
Yes, sir. I don't know whether I'm the oldest or not.
I didn't say you're the oldest. You're an OG though. You definitely an OG on the set now. I'm an OG, so you like a triple OG. You know what I'm saying?
Oh my goodness. My wife over here, we came in at the same time.
Oh, she joined Mystic Nights too, same time?
Yeah, she's a secretary.
Were you guys married when you joined, or y'all met and then married after meeting in the
I
club?
was married.
Okay.
I mean, I've always had a motorcycle when I first met her.
Okay.
She was with me. We were on Okinawa.
Okay.
I rode a Harley over there.
Wow. Miss Lady, let me ask you a few questions if you don't mind. Get you in the camera over there. You don't mind answering a few questions?
I don't mind.
Okay. For you coming in and over the years, have you seen a major change from the female then to the female now, the female biker then and the female biker now?
I have.
Okay. Would you speak on it?
Well, we have more female riders now. They're spending their own money and buying their own machines.
Yeah.
And they just like what they do now. Before they said they were afraid.
Yeah.
And now they just enjoy it and they make it happen.
Yeah. So when you came in, it was more females riding with their husbands or riding?
No.
They weren't doing their own riding, were they?
No.
Yeah. So now to see the ladies now riding themselves and all of that, how do you?
I'm happy.
You happy?
I love the high.
Yeah.
I like we have a lot that's doing it now. You know that.
Yeah.
And they're enjoying it, like I said. And things have changed.
Yeah.
It's not the same anymore.
Yeah. It's a different culture for sure.
We
That.
enjoy it because we can sit back and look at the change
Yeah.
and how they enjoy it, and we make us enjoy it.
Yeah. Well, and that's the beautiful thing too, to watch it, the history being developed and grow and change and come back, and all of the G's being respected. So I think it's a beautiful thing for sure, though.
Beautiful, yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well,
I would take nothing for it.
I'm not gonna take up too much of y'all time. Y'all just getting in. If you could leave anybody listening to this podcast with one thing, what would it be? If you could leave anybody listening to this podcast with one thing, what would it be? If you could leave them with one piece of advice, what would it be?
Just enjoy the sport and keep it safe.
Enjoy the sport and keep it safe. Appreciate you, sir. Thank you for coming on by, man. Again, y'all, we got nothing but history and heritage here this weekend. It's definitely going down, man. So we are here, Mystic Nights live, podcasting live as the street fills up. You guys hear the motorcycles coming in and everybody coming through. So you guys stay tuned, and we will be right back.
I'm enjoying my motherfucking life. That's all I'm saying. I advise you to do the same. Do shit that make you happy.
Hey, cocksucker. Yeah, you. Knock it off. Sit your ass down.
Sit your $5 ass down before I make change.
You think we playing?
And I ain't playing, no.
You better listen up.
It's the